So did you hear KirK's little dramatic reading? Oh wait, I mean her discussion about her husband's murder. Although it did read like a Handmaid's Tale, the commander's wife, kind of you know, like the other little bimbo Brit, um, who was like the little trad wife trying to fix up during the campaign what Trump and Vance, VP eyeliner kept fucking up. But yeah, do you notice eriKa, her name has 3 K's in it? How convenient and how accurate. You know, there was a point in her little thing. First of all, if you notice in the bookcase, go watch the video. If in the bookcase, they deliberately have staged a Time magazine with Trump on the cover. Not like in line with all the books. The books are here, and this is like out so you can see the whole cover. And it's propped up so it stays, or it's a picture of it or something. In Charlie Kirk's office. And she puts her hand on the chair, just the way she overplayed it. Like, what was her name? Something Brit, that representative that they got to go trad talk. You know who I'm talking about. She kind of overplayed it a little bit, eriKa, because she puts her hand, this chair, the pauses for dramatic effect. It's like it's not like real. It's like within 24 hours of her husband being murdered. And I don't know about you, but 24 hours of my parents dying at different times and my son dying, 24 hours, I couldn't talk about them without tearing up. And now that's a normal human reaction. And 24 hours after it, she was putting Maga message in front of honor her husband message. And I found that incredibly wrong, incredibly sad that a marriage was like that. I mean, how was your husband murdered and within 24 hours you're making a video for the cause that he stood for without a tear? And she does this dramatic, here, his chair. She does this little sigh gasp, like, and not even shiny eyes, like holding back tears. Not a fucking tear in her eye. I don't buy how that. I buy it's just being used as a fucking message. And eriKa, of course she had blonde hair. I'm not saying she isn't mourning her loss of her husband, but I think her speech or her plea or whatever the fuck it was, it felt like a Maga ad, to be honest. It felt very disingenuous, and I'm just curious if it felt that, I'm trying to think of a word, staged, that it felt that insincere, it felt like an ad, it felt like she was instead of being furious that we will find who murdered my husband and they will pay legally, it was like, we'll find them and they'll, I mean, you don't, if somebody murders somebody you care about, you don't start threatening an entire political party for it. I mean, if your husband's an engineer on a train and somebody takes a shot at him and he dies because the train crashes, are you going to say all the engineers must have had it out for him so they killed him? Because he was the engineer of the month or something. I mean, that's as stupid as it sounds. If she had gone on there genuinely in grief, honestly emoting grief, that would have been heart-tugging. But all I saw was a slicked little opportunity for a slick-ass look at us and look at the party of violence. In fact, they were calling us the party of violence. Excuse me, go look on the post where I put the graphics. I have one in the last couple of days. I've had a lot. I've made a lot, and a few of them I didn't make, but I added to. But the point is, the majority of any type of violence, and is by far, and especially like murder, is by far done by people who are registered as Republican. And as I said in another one time in America, one out of every year's millions of them by now, mass shootings, one was by a transgender person. One. And the left won't leave it the fuck alone. I mean, the right won't leave it the fuck alone. Most of the violent, like murder, is done by people who identify as Republican, and that's a motherfucking fact. Go look at the graph. Go verify it. Because I did. With real stats. Not what stats Maga has gotten their little hands on and changed. Like they did to the Constitution while nobody was looking. Oh, and the night, y'all know that night when everybody, that's the other thing about, besides Charlie, it could have been an inside job because Charlie wouldn't shut the fuck up about, even though he said he would, about the Epstein files. And I don't know, seemed pretty, there's some pretty good reasons that they would have had to keep him quiet. But you should really, not just my graphics, I mean, I'm talking like 98% Occupy Democrats, Brian Tyler Cohen, you should read a lot of those. And it's not like an article. You just have to read the stupid thing. And a lot of times, if they've got a lot of writing on him, just in white, like block letter or something, to try to make it easier for people, because a whole page of they don't, a lot of people just like, oh, that's a lot of reading. And they lose it. So I'll put it in sections by colors, highlighting it in different colors, so you could take it a section at a time and then, and then read and catch all of what's in the graphic. I'm trying to get all of that information read, get your eyeballs on it, get it in your brain. But Charlie was a very divisive person. He didn't have the hatred in the voice like Alex Jones and stuff. And I'm not talking about his gruff voice. I'm talking about he just has hate for, Charlie didn't do that often. But he had a lot of hate-filled words. Sorry. Viewers. The computer keeps going off and on. But yes, Let me know what you think, really. I'm curious what you think. Could this have been? I mean, what do you think? I mean, it was a good way to shut him up, for real. And they had some reasons to. I mean, like I said in the other one, it did bring the base together, didn't it? And the base was divided. Marjorie was pulling it apart, and after the survivors, he knew he was in deep shit. He knew it. He disappeared, remember, for several days. Um, and I think he did have at least one mini stroke um, by his face and the dragging leg, and then like a week later it was the droopy eye, and then a week after it was the droopy mouth. And I think he had a few mini strokes that we're not being told about. Um, and he was starting to flail. You know, the Epstein was being screamed by half the base, most of the base. They had to do something, and in Pennsylvania, when they pretended to shoot Trump, they brought the whole base together, and I think that was another reason. Shutting him up because he wanted the Epstein files done, and getting the base back together. I mean, it absolutely did that, and they worked the first time. So, and everybody wore a maxi pad on their ear. Everybody at the RNC, you know, that kind of crap. They just did it again. Both times, people have videos, and they mention to the cops and stuff, hey, there's somebody up on the roof, and they didn't do anything about it. So, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why, and the fact that they went right to blaming them, us, right away, is kind of a red flag that they want to get ahead of it before anything is discovered or, you know, researched and found out about him, because it's not just his people that are going to be doing that, and they know it. So they had to get ahead of the story. I mean, it's not improbable at all with them. So I am curious what you guys think about that. I mean, I don't jump into conspiracy shit easily, but it just seems awful. You know, when the Democrats have been in power, you haven't seen people taking pot shots at them. I mean, they seem to know how to do protection, eh? Unless, of course, your own are in on taking out who they're protecting. Give it a like if you made you think. Give me a subscribe. I forget often to ask you that. So it's not impossible that few of you, I've done it. I watch somebody a couple times, and then they say something about subscribing. I'm like, oh, I never even subscribed. What the fuck? I just been watching their videos because I was looking for them. So I do forget, and I hear other creators saying it, you know, and I'm like, oh God, yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, but it's true because I say it too. And check also, because YouTube seems to be not the most cordial to left-wing ideas and creators. We'll just put it like that. And sometimes suddenly somebody gets a lot of their subscribers unsubscribed. Just poof. How'd that happen? Another great mystery. A lot of great mysteries around Maga, huh? For 10 years, they're just infiltrated with mysterious doings, and it's never their fault. Don't children, little tiny toddlers, play it was Gaston, some make-up-believe guy? I mean, aren't you supposed to grow out of that when your bodies get to be adults? Oh yeah, supposed to. Peace out, guys.